Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and something I haven't talked about in a little while is the layoff situation. Wells Fargo CFO expects more layoffs. The economy's kind of teetering and all. And I just want to remind everybody, Link2, who is one of my sponsors, they do allow for 401k rollovers. If you lose your job or you quit or you get laid off and you have an old 401k you want to roll over, they literally have it where you can roll it into an iTrustCapital IRA. Here's how it works. Hey, you get the picture. Now, another thing I want to mention, well, first of all, I wanted to mention that if you want to open an account, you don't have to do a 401k rollover, but if you want to, if you look in the description of this video, there's an iTrustCapital link. They give people $100 to open an account if you click on that link in my description. So you literally get $100 to start. Even if you weren't doing a rollover, you can just open an account. This is my favorite way to invest in crypto because I can put it in these, make contributions to my IRA, and then I buy crypto in there. And it's crypto that's either never going to be taxed once it's in there, or it's going to be tax deferred, both of which I love. And by the way, iTrustCapital there's 2 more days to enter their contest to win. I think they're flying you out to a USC game, and you get in the game and get to watch it there at their place, I guess. Check this out. I love this tweet. Just bought some more XRP. Can't wait to see where it goes. 95,000% is where it went. And the setup, to me, and I don't know anything about charting, but that setup just looks beautiful, doesn't it? After all these years of it just sitting there. Now, anybody heard any rumors of Ripple doing a 3rd share buyback prior to IPO? They've done a share buyback of their shares before, but I heard a little birdie told me that they might do another one, buy back some shares on the lead up to an IPO. We'll see if that birdie knows what they're talking about. Ryan Selkis says, I respect and appreciate what leaders in the Senate and House have done in bringing forth several important crypto bills, but the probability anything passes is less than 1%. Our fight is in the courts, the ballot box until 2025. Fight the Biden admin and vote out the gerontocracy. I don't know if I've ever heard that word. Gerontocracy, is that how you say that? Big words. I said exactly. XRP is the only digital asset with legal clarity until a judgment, some kind of a judgment from a judge, or Congress passes a law. Nobody else has been through a court battle. Now, the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, who is Mr. Intuitive, he highlighted this little clip from Brad Garlinghouse's interview this morning about going on offense. I love it.
We're continuing to play offense in a whole bunch of different ways. And
I've been watching a show on Ulysses S. Grant on the History Channel. It's called Grant. Great show if you haven't seen it. Grant was all about offense. He just kept on going, no matter how bad it hurt, no matter how bad things got. He stayed on offense, kept them on their heels. That's the way to roll. Eleanor Terrett, new Binance US CEO, is leaving the company as the crypto platform cuts 1/3 of its staff, according to Bloomberg. Troubles at Binance US. Now, here's a guy from Ripple. It doesn't say his name. Oh, Brad Chase. There it is. Listen to what he says.
Like any new technology, it starts coming from similar things that exist. So the same types of ways that you think about payment rails, the same different flows of which you have a normal payment, they map into crypto as well. But I think the places where they start to differentiate is, traditional payments, particularly global cross-border ones, very slow, expensive. You've got long settlement times, multiple days, even months. You've got lots of intermediaries to kind of de-risk those settlement challenges and counterparty risks. and that becomes fees, it becomes friction, it becomes kind of inefficiencies. And so, the way I think about, crypto here is crypto is almost this magical public shared infrastructure that lets you get rid of a lot of that.
Nice clip. Then we have this from Ryan Selkis. Look at this. Partial list of attending companies at Mainnet 2023. Now, folks, pay close attention to this and just look at the names, because Ripple did not get to get an invitation to this party until ETHgate was recovered. I think Ryan Selkis, he folded and then let Brad Garlinghouse dunk him, and that was I think that was their way of saying, okay, you got us. Look at the projects that are coming. Here's Ripple down right here. But look at some of the investors coming. A16Z, ETHgate. Apollo Global, Jay Clayton's firm, ETHgate. Look, Michael Arrington, who was one of the good guys in the whole thing, Arrington Capital. Then as you go down, Coinbase Ventures. Look, you even got as you go down here, there's Galaxy Digital, ETHgate. There's Multicoin Capital. There's Hon Ventures, ETHgate. You see it? You see how this all unfolds? Look, Union Square Ventures, ETHgate. And they're all inviting Ripple to the party. What do you know? Here's Tom Emmer talking about CBDCs. Listen to this.
Thank you, Elise. Good morning. Hope you all had a successful and restful August. It's good to be back in the People's House, where House Republicans are ready to continue delivering on our promises to the American people.
You haven't delivered on ETHgate. Not one of you has called for an investigation.
An important aspect of our common sense agenda is actually protecting Americans' financial privacy, particularly when it pertains to this lawless administrative state. That's why I reintroduced a bill yesterday called the Central Bank Digital Currency Anti-Surveillance State Act, which puts a check on unelected bureaucrats and ensures that the United States digital currency policy upholds our values of privacy, individual sovereignty, and free market competitiveness. Recent actions from the Biden administration have made it clear that they are not only itching to create a digital dollar, but they're willing to trade Americans' right to financial privacy for a surveillance-style CBDC. This bill ensures the future of crypto is in the hands of the American people, not the administrative state, by prohibiting the Federal Reserve from creating a tool with unfettered insight into Americans' financial data. If not open, permissionless, and private, like cash, a CBDC is nothing more than a CCP-style surveillance tool that can be weaponized to oppress the American way of life. We're not going to let that happen, not on House Republicans' watch. And I want to thank the Financial Services Committee for considering our bill this month, and we're going to continue working to ensure that the digital economy is designed by Americans and emulates American values. And I return it to the...
I have no problem with that. Look, none of us want this to turn into, I've always thought that we were going to have some kind of like a Bill of Rights for all this crypto stuff, because you don't want these guys to be able to come in and have the ability to say, oh, you're only going to be able to spend money on this if you can't buy this food unless it fits this carbon footprint or whatever. In fact, I was just sent a text from, I think it was from Panera Bread. Actually, I will look at it. I'll tell you what it says. It's from a friend of mine, and it was the Caesar salad with chicken, and it says on the bottom right corner, low carbon certified. These people, this is why you need to be for, look, whatever you think about carbon and all that stuff, you don't want these people to start telling you what you can eat, where you can spend money, what you can't spend it on. You can't spend it on bullets, you can spend it on this, but not this. And you can spend it during these times. Now, here's what I think they're going to do to start this ball rolling. I believe that's what universal basic income is all about. And make no mistake, they're going to do it. I believe these politicians know that if they can offer a universal basic income to the populace, everyone who accepts the universal basic income, there will be a trade-off. Oh, yeah, we'll give you free money, but we're going to give it to you with these restrictions, and that's how they're going to herd you in. The digital asset investor will not be accepting the free government money, because that's how they're going to start this ball rolling. So I think what he's doing is a good thing. But we, one way or another, we're getting digital money, and so his fight is good. It's not the Warren Davidson, all CBDCs and everything about them's evil. Maybe what some guys have in mind is, but not the technology itself, is all the point I've ever made. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that when they're offered universal basic income, you tell the government they can take that and shove it, because it's going to be used to control you. Thank you for listening.